for the past 2 years, it was very difficult to do stand-up comedy because we had the pandemic. So I was not able to perform live. I mostly did 2 years of Zoom comedy shows. Now make some noise if you've ever attended a Zoom comedy show. It's as sad as it sounds, okay? It's as sad as it sounds, okay? It was just me and this guy, and at one point we just took our pants off, okay? That's... All right, we're doing this, bro. We are. All right, okay. They don't call it Zoom for nothing, okay? This is... So it was quite a tough period. I gotta be honest with you. Like, if you're doing live, anything live, you were dead. Okay. So because I wanted to leave the pandemic with some positive emotion, I didn't want this to be like a traumatizing period. I wanted to leave by doing something nice for myself. I give myself my gift for all the suffering. So I decided that at the end of the pandemic, I would give myself the gift of buying a ticket to Mexico, a little trip to Mexico. This is a nice gift, right? But I do still try to stay true to my culture, my Eastern European culture. So I did get a ticket to Mexico, but I put a lot of effort in finding the cheapest ticket possible. And I found a ticket that was 70% off. And I'll give you guys a little travel hack. If you travel anywhere in the world, be sure to travel on the 31st of December. Because that's when you find the cheapest tickets, okay? So while you guys were spending New Year's with your friends and families, I was in the air for 12 hours with random strangers. And I think I had better company. But I was very excited to go to Mexico because I was going to Mexico now with a European passport, okay? Because Romania has been part of the European Union since 2007. And this means you can travel to Mexico for up to 6 months without a visa. This also means that one German passport, one French passport equals one Romanian passport, okay? Nobody's happy about it, but it's true, okay? This is what we're in at the moment. Now, I used to do this joke about one Romanian passport equals one British passport, and then you left. You did a Brexit, so here we are. But I can always do this joke in Germany because Germany can never do a Brexit, okay? Because a German Brexit is Jerksit. Yes, it's... All right, then Jerksit for me, Germans. That just Jerksit for me. And I wanted to, to have a little, it's a little privilege, but I wanted to experience it as well, right? So I landed in Mexico at 7 p.m. on the 31st of December, and I showed the guy my passport, and his first question was, where's your visa? And I'm like, well, you see, amigo, I am from Romania. And because of this, I can be in Mexico for up to 6 months without a visa because Romania is part of the European Union. And then he said, why? Why? Why what? Why is Romania part of the European Union? This question again? Okay, well, let me tell you something, hermano, okay? Let me tell you. Because of Romania's strategic and geographic positioning in the continent of Europe, because of this strategic positioning, the USA and NATO pushed for us to join the European Union so they could place anti-Russian rocket missiles on the territory of Romania to protect against a potential Russian aggression. And I know this doesn't make any sense to you now, December 31st, 2021. But give it 2 months, amigo, okay? And I promise you, it becomes muy relevante, okay? Necesitamos, okay? And then he said, no, you're not coming in. And I'm like, pero ¿cómo? And I was rejected entry into Mexico on the 31st of December, 2021. Now make some noise if you've ever been rejected entry to a country before. All right, okay, well, let me tell you, you guys are all in good position. What happens is, if they reject you entry to a country, what they do is the following thing. Now, I have flown to Mexico from Berlin, okay? Usually the process is they look at your passport and they try to send you back. Now, I flew from Berlin, but they were like, yeah, we're going to have to send you back to Romania at the moment. I'm like, por favor, no me entiendes, no, por favor. Mi familia es en Romania, por favor, no se puede. So I negotiated by crying for 30 minutes. And he said, okay, cálmate. We are not going to send you back to Romania, but we will have to interrogate you. So he took me to the interrogation room, and I was never interrogated. I didn't know what to expect, but I certainly did not expect this, okay? Because he put me down in the interrogation room, he opened his laptop, and he Googled Romania. And then he read for like 30 minutes on Wikipedia. And about 20 minutes in, he's like, and then he turns to me and he's like, Romania? Pero conoces Dracula? And I'm like, is this an official immigration question? Because my answer will vary. Because if this is an official immigration question, then claro, como no, mi padre, no? And I was allowed entry into Mexico because in life, you get a lot of stuff done if you know people in high places, okay? And I had a splendid time in Mexico. I had a wonderful time in Mexico, an amazing time in Mexico. My second day in Mexico, I discovered that I had COVID. So you might be thinking, what a disaster, Dragos. Well, I wanted to be extremely responsible about it, okay? So I went to the first Mexican doctor I could find, and I apologized. I said, Doctor, perdóname. Please forgive me, doctor, but I have done something extremely European. I have brought disease to Latin America. Perdón, doctor. But the doctor is very relaxed about the whole thing. He said, like, don't worry about it. We're used to this in Mexico. A lot of Europeans that come here, and we're used to all kinds of diseases. And at the moment in Mexico, we are so advanced that we have developed a treatment for COVID. And if you follow this treatment for COVID, COVID goes away in 4 days, amigo. And I'm like, wow, doctor. What is this miracle treatment that you have discovered? And he said, for 4 days, in the morning, you do this. In the morning, you take 2 paracetamols. And in the afternoon, 3 hours of reggaeton, okay? This is what you do. You reggaeton and you baila the COVID away. And I was like, reggaeton? You mean the dancing? He said, sí, claro. Now, I was not very familiar with reggaeton before I went to Mexico. Make some noise if you're a reggaeton enthusiast here. No? So nobody said, we don't have rhythm tonight. This is the one lady over there. Where are you from, young lady? Colombia. So reggaeton is into sangre, yes? This is... Now, for those of you that are not familiar, I did a bit of research, and I found out that they invented the reggaeton in Latin America for one purpose and one purpose only, and that purpose is seduction. It is a weapon in your arsenal for seduction, okay? And if you want to engage in seduction in Latin America, it's very simple. You have to use a specific part of your body. You have to use here, the hips. You do this with your hips, and it's called movimiento de culo, okay? You do this, and this is how you seduce. You do this movimiento de culo, okay? And I gotta be honest, this was a massive cultural shock for me because this is not how we do seduction in Eastern Europe. I was like, this is how you do seduction here? Because in Eastern Europe, if you want to seduce somebody, you do not use your hips, okay? You use a completely different part of your body. You use your shoulders. And every girl's like, oh my God. Look at his shoulders. Such strong, manly shoulders. I think his grandfather carried rocks in communism. I love a man with strong shoulders because if his shoulders are strong, then it tells me that he can lift me out of poverty. Because there's nothing more sexy than financial stability.